Hi lovelies, and welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Strana. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload a video, you will be the first person to be notified. To my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and also educate each and every one of us, you guys are the real MVP. Alright lovelies, let's dive into today's video. So lovelies, I came across this video on my For You page on TikTok, and I thought to share with you guys where a lot of people are reacting to the fact that California has actually banned legacy admission just 1 year after affirmative action was struck down, and this got people reacting. I was able to put up some of those stitches. I'm just going to roll it. Please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational and informative purposes. Alright lovelies, let's dive into it.
Let me make sure I understand this correctly. Some people were so bothered, so pressed about black people going to college that affirmative action was decimated, destroyed. Whole time you let Christoph Andrew Brown Joffrey II Vanderbilt III slide by because his pappy and his grandpappy went to the university and had a library established in 1936 named after Christoph. Whole time Christoph was your worst op. You saw the 2.5 black children in class in chemistry and calculus 1 when you walked into your college campus, your elite college campus on day 1, and you said, I just know if it wasn't for those 2.5, 6, 7, 8, 9th black children, my best friend Ashley would have been in this class right now. It is their fault. But one thing about them tables, baby, because I bet you never thought that the next step would be legacy admissions. Stop it. Because if you really want to get into it, if you really want to talk about unfair admissions, people who have advantages, get into it.
We told y'all not to fuck with affirmative action. Well, today California became the second state to ban legacy admissions across the state, making it illegal for both public and private colleges to consider an applicant's relationship to alumni or donors. Here's the kicker. Affirmative action is what revealed the extent that legacy status played at elite schools. Public colleges in California already don't practice legacy admissions. This will mostly affect private schools like USC and Stanford, both which oppose this, of course. You're wondering whatever happened with affirmative action. The same group that represented Asian students and sued Harvard to end affirmative action is looking to sue again because they saw notable declines in Asian American enrollment this year compared to last year. Saying this defied the expectations that they had when they wanted affirmative action gone. You don't say. It's not like that's exactly what we said would happen. You know, the result after they struck down and fucked up affirmative action for everybody else is not what they wanted. Now you gotta go back to the courts and cry about something else. Almost like everyone predicted would happen. Anyways, what do you think? Let me know in the comments.
So I appreciate California's decision to end legacy admissions, because when you think about it, if there's no affirmative action, then no one should be able to have a leg ahead of anyone else. And so by canceling legacy admissions, it puts everybody at the same.
California has banned legacy admissions at all public and private universities. The rich are not going to take this lying down. What do you mean my daddy's dollars don't work? They always do. My main thing is, though, if you're happy about the rollback of affirmative action, I want you to be clapping about the rollback of legacy admissions. If you truly want to level the playing field in this game of capitalism, this is the way to do it.
So California just banned legacy admissions at private universities. Students with legacy preference have a significant advantage over traditional applicants. They were 4x more likely to get into elite colleges over applicants with the same test scores, and that number increased to 5x if they came from the richest 1% of families. Students admitted with legacy preference are also much more likely to be white than other applicants. As such, ending the preference should increase the number of non-white students admitted to elite colleges. Stanford and USC are the two private universities that will be most impacted by the decision. At both schools, about 14% of students who were admitted in the fall 2022 freshman class had legacy or donor connections.
So I just read that California banned legacy admissions, and it's about damn time. And it's the way people were so focused on affirmative action and paid no attention to legacy admissions. They were like, oh, black people are getting accepted into universities because of their race. Like, have you heard of legacy admissions? People were getting accepted to university just because their grandparents went there, just because their parents went there. Like, that's crazy. And I remember I read that in 2022, legacy students made up 5% of applicants and 30% of students admitted at Harvard. What?
California has ended legacy and donor preference admission. So what does that mean? It means places like Stanford can't just let you get in because your mommy and daddy went there, or because mommy and daddy donated a bunch of money. Nope. Now you got to follow the same process that everyone else has to. Now, mind you, I'm not naive enough to think that they're not going to try to find a way around it, but at least in paper, this is the right thing. Or at least I think so. So what do you guys think?
California governor signs law banning college legacy and donor admissions. Oh, how the turntables. The law will be taking effect in September 2025 and will be affecting universities like USC, Stanford, and many others. Some of y'all could not wait to get rid of affirmative action because it was unfair. Oh, how the turntables. So now Charlie, whose great-grandfather has a building named after him at the school, now Johnny, whose dad conveniently donated $2 million to the school the year he was applying, now Sarah, whose uncle is a dean of admissions, all of a sudden, none of that matters anymore. Now I can't wait to see all the other states instituting this as well. And if we take Harvard, for example, 36% of their class was legacy admissions in 2022, and 70% of those donor or legacy students were white. So for the people who care so much about fairness, now we're really going to see some fairness going on. But I'm already an Ivy League graduate, so I do not care at all. This doesn't affect me in the slightest. But let me know how y'all feel about this.
Well, the U.S. Supreme Court may have banned affirmative action in higher ed, but that doesn't stop us from doing something about legacy admissions, and that's what California just did. In the state of California, in both public and private institutions, applicants will no longer be given an edge just because their parents or grandparents went to the same school. This law affects major universities like Stanford, USC, and Santa Clara, all of which had some of the highest percentages of legacy admissions in the state. At USC in particular, nearly 15% of its students were based on legacy or donor connections. Starting in 2025, they're also going to have to be more transparent about who they are admitting, including details like income levels and athletic participation. In fact, Assemblymember Phil Ting pushed this legislation after the Varsity Blues scandal. So no more backdoors for the wealthy and connected in regards to higher ed. It's nice when we can actually celebrate a little progress.
I am often in the minority on my own poll questions, but I still believe I have the right answer. And the right answer is that legacy admissions and the whole process is often derided. But I think there's a solid argument in support of it. It speaks to the vitality of the university and the uniqueness of a bond from families that over generations send their kids to universities. As California is now doing in ending legacy admissions for private institutions, which will include Stanford, which will include USC, a number of those who, by virtue of affirmative action, have been able to get a secondary education and now have kids of their own, they're not going to be the beneficiaries of legacy admissions. And I tell the story, and you know, if I can just say this, as Randy is showing today's the top of the newsletter.
Like, seriously, lovelies, you know, when affirmative action was struck down, a lot of people were so happy because it's as if this affirmative action thing is really focused on a particular set of people. Like, it's as if affirmative action is favoring a particular set of people the most, compared to especially Asian people. Like, you know, it all began when this Asian guy could not get admission into these Ivy schools. He decided that, okay, a lot of black people who got admitted because of affirmative action and or even legacy were the reason why he was not able to get admission into this Ivy school. And because of that, he decided that, okay, he was going to go, you know, as far as swing and all of that. And when the swing thing actually succeeded, by the help of some pan-colored people, by the help of certain people that actually got themselves involved, thinking that they are doing black people. They actually thought that black people are the ones that are benefiting of affirmative action, without even realizing that the people that benefited the most are actually pan-colored people. So one thing led to the other. Even when black people were all there, telling Asian people that affirmative action does not really benefit, black people the way at which they are being brainwashed to believe. But no, anything that will benefit black people, a lot of people fight against that. They were so adamant, and they were like, they pushed through. No, they need to strike down affirmative action. Before you know it, affirmative action was struck down. And after that, there's something there is this, post affirmative action that actually trended us earlier this year, where a lot of Asian parents were all crying and so nervous to the fact that the rate at which their offspring were getting admission drastically reduced upon affirmative action. And they were like, is it that they that was a wrong move to actually remove affirmative action? And now a lot of people that got admitted into this into the Ivy schools because of legacy admissions, people were a lot of people were so happy, while some people were like, okay. And now it is trending that legacy admission is being banned from these Californians and all of that, like both private and public schools. That means even if your grandparents or great grandparent attended these Ivy schools, that does not give you the right to get admission into these Ivy schools. That means all of these top rich people that with influence can get admission and all of that, because maybe my parents and grandparents and great grand uncles and aunties attend this Ivy school, automatically I can actually get into this Ivy. So it's not longer the way it is. That means if it's affecting the poor, the middle class, it's also affecting everyone. Like, seriously, sometimes when people are doing something thinking that you are hurting some set of people, you don't know that when you're pointing one finger at a particular direction, 4 other fingers are actually pointing direct back to you. Like, you're doing something thinking that it might not get you affected. Like, oh my god, I know that even with the removal of legacy admissions, a lot of influential people might still actually get admitted into this Ivy school, but it won't be as easy as it is, like, compared to when legacy, so when it has started from this California, it might end up all over the places. Like, seriously, like, I don't understand why in this planet is so little that we all cannot just cohabit. Everybody just doing something to actually hurt the next person, something that will just benefit you. Especially if you are someone that looks like me, if something benefits you, there are a lot of people to fight it. There are a lot of people to. I could actually remember during this affirmative action, it takes a lot. Like, it really took time. It really took a lot of debates back and forth. Like, it's actually get to the point that both black people, Asian people, they were having clashes with each other. And it was as if pan-colored people were just on one-sided, then allowing both Asian and black people to have this back and forth conflict, trying to make Asian people, feel that black people are the ones taking their spaces. Now, the thing is that I do not want to actually, I don't want to go to, all my research and all of that, and I'm hearing that, oh my god, legacy also benefits black people the most, like, because they always look for a way to blame black people if something is not suitable for them. They're always looking for a way to do that, which is not right. Seriously, then during those affirmative actions period, oh my goodness, it was as if, wow, if affirmative action was removed, that means black people will be able to go to colleges, because they believe that black people are not intelligent, so they are not able to get a particular score that is needed to go to these Ivy schools. So they're just looking for every means, every way to keep black people in a particular level or position, which by the grace of God, anything that meets the eyes will actually meet the nose and the mouth. And this is just the way life is. No matter what you do, this year is a year of revolution, the year of awareness, the year at which you need to like. Anyway, lovelies, when I saw this, I decided to just, put it up here, how we do it, for you guys to actually leave what you think with all of this legacy admission that is all over the social media, people reacting to it. Leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational and informative purposes. And please, if you've not subscribed to this channel, do you get a huge favor to click on the subscription button. And I will see you lovelies when I upload. I've watched up to this extent. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.